Hi, I'm Tim Hagerty, the Chihuahuas radio broadcaster, and every night the Chihuahuas play, you can listen to games on 600 ESPN El Paso and say, "That's the guy that read to me." But the reason I'm here today is to tell you how important reading is. When I was a little kid, I loved baseball, and every day I would get up and read the sports page. I'd love to read about the previous night's games, about the players. I grew up in Massachusetts, and every day I'd read about the people playing against the Boston Red Sox, the people playing for the Boston Red Sox. Anything to do with baseball, that's what I love to read about. And it's because of that it helps me talk about baseball now. Every night when I talk on the radio, I'm using things that I learned as a kid when I read the sports page. So I encourage you that whatever it is that you're interested in, to read books and read articles about that topic. And today, for Love of Reading Week, we're going to talk about Claudette. And this book is by Tom Lichtenheld. So Claudette was a cloud, a very small cloud. Usually, Claudette didn't mind being smaller than the average cloud. In fact, being small had lots of advantages. Everyone called her cute little names. She had lots of little friends. No matter how crowded it was, she could always find a good spot to watch fireworks. She could sneak through tight spaces, hide in small places, and she even had a special little place that always made her feel cozy. But once in a while, all the other clouds would run off and do something big and important. Claudette could see them in the distance, doing all sorts of important cloud things. This made her want to do big and important things too. She wanted to make a garden grow. She wanted to make a brook babble. She wanted to make a waterfall fall. And she thought nothing would be more fun than giving some kids a day off from school. One night, Claudette lay awake wondering what she could do that was big and important. She thought maybe she could work for the fire department. Or maybe they needed some help down at the garden center. But nobody seemed to need her. Claudette was feeling blue. The next day, there was a big storm in Claudette's neighborhood. The sky got dark. The rain came down like cats and dogs, and the wind blew harder than she had ever seen wind before. When the storm finally stopped, Claudette realized she had been blown far from the neighborhood. She didn't know anyone here, and they didn't seem to be eager to get to know her. But pretty soon she was making new friends and seeing things she had never seen before. Then she heard something she had never heard before. She looked down at what was supposed to be a pond, but really, it was just a puddle of mud. This gave Claudette an idea. She held her breath until she started to puff up all over. Then she turned a blue-gray color. She kept growing until it looked like she was ready to burst. She shook her head behind until it made a little rumbling sound. Not quite what you'd call thunder, but enough to let people know they might want to grab an umbrella. Then she did what she'd wanted to for ages. She let it pour. Claudette rained on that little puddle until it grew into a big puddle. And she kept on raining until that big puddle grew into a perfect pond. As soon as she stopped, frogs of every stripe and spot came jumping into the pond. They all let out a big thank you in unison. Claudette was exhausted, but happy. Even the higher-ups were impressed, which got her thinking. I'll bet there are other big and important things a little cloud can do. And off she went. The end. Again, the name of that story was Claudette, and that was a great book. I really enjoyed reading it to you. Once again, my name is Tim. I'm the Chihuahuas announcer, and I'm happy to be part of Love of Reading Week. Thank you for asking me to do this, and I encourage you all to grab a book like this nice one about Claudette and enjoy all the different stories you can find. Thanks again.